Hello, beautiful human. How are you today? This is Angela, the Rose Heart Shaman, and it has been a while since I've done a long monologue. I am always inspired by events and things that happen in my life, and so I'm going to be bringing a few themes together, but I want to shout out to my cousin who lives in Meadville, PA, and you're always posting funny or thought-provoking memes. This is something posted from a Gen X site. I am a Gen Xer. I'm an early Gen Xer, but it also ties into something else I want to talk to you about, and that is our attitudes about marriage, freedom, independence, and where we are in life, because we are shifting from an old paradigm. We are shifting from something called the Age of Pisces, which was in place for 2,000 years. And we're in this rock tumble stage right now because it's shifting from Pisces into Aquarius. So I'm going to pull all this together, and the goal here for you is to just take little nuggets of awareness and knowledge so that you can embrace, synthesize, and seep into your own body and life what makes sense for you, because we are in a massive transformational shift right now. And even those doggone lanternflies that I've posted about before, but the reminder for us is they represent transformation and change, but they're a reminder that change happens whether we want to or not. So please keep yourself grounded in that understanding and awareness. I'm sending all of this to you with love and kindness, and again, just the freedom to express myself and how this all flows together. So thanks again to my cousin. She posted this funny meme I'm going to show you right now. I just got the biggest kick out of it. Again, it comes from a Gen X website. The point of this is, let's think back to 100-ish years ago, all right? And this was the style and fashion for women. I remember my grandmother, who grew up during this time, telling me that my great-grandmother, who was straight off the boat of Italy, was outraged because my Aunt Katie and Louise decided to trade in their long gowns to wear this flapper type dress, and then they cut their hair to the new style of the day. And it was like, oh my God, what are you doing, right? The traditions and bindings of the old days were, they were pushing those boundaries back then, all right? Fast forward to the 70s. Those of you who lived through the 70s, whether you identified as a hippie or not, you still dressed like one, because we all want to be part of our generation. And now you, curmudgeons, you're criticizing the kids of today. Meanwhile, forget the fact that you 70-year-old dudes and ladies, you ushered in the sexual revolution. You ushered in the age and era of drug use and co-ops in colleges, right? So you guys are the door openers to liberation. But now the liberation that's happening, you're like, okay, we need to shut that door because we don't like it. You are acting like my great-grandparents did 100 years ago because you're uncomfortable with the change going on around you because it doesn't fit you. But that's the point. Change is constant. In every generation, no matter who we are or what we go through, we have our own rite of passage. And right now what's happening with women who are in their 30s, 40s, and even 50s, and men too, they are not necessarily interested in marriage or having children. They want careers, they want their own sovereignty, they want to pay their own bills, buy their own house, live their own life in peace. And they don't care what anybody thinks, nor should they, because we are all, at birth, free beings. We come in to incarnate for a reason, and everything is meant to shift. Now, where this is tying back to this article that I saw from the New Yorker, which I loved about, because we're starting to also hear, like, there's these little seeds in media outlets that are like, oh, we got to get back to marriage again, and all the traditional families breaking down America, and blah, blah, blah. Well, what's really signaling here is the fear, because look at how men used to dress. I'm going to throw you a line here. Look at how men used to dress 100 years ago. Well, it's pretty much the same way men dress today now in business, isn't it? Not much has changed. And that's the point of conservatism. Conservatism is let's not change. Conservatism is let's do things the way the men want us to do them. Okay? Now, I got to give a shout out to John Fetterman, who is a senator. I'm from the state of Pennsylvania, and I just had to laugh at another article. This is all about being authentic. He is testing and pushing the boundaries of the dress code in the Senate. You know that the guy wears hoodies and shorts all year long, okay? And apparently, he's decided that he's going to wear that on the Senate floor. I'm not here to say if it's right or wrong, good or bad, but everything changes. Traditions are meant to be rethought of, broken down, etc. What I admire about the fact he's doing this is he's being authentic and true to himself. So the key message there is, how many of us are being authentic and true to ourselves? And how many of us have the courage to let other people be their authentic and true selves? That is what the era of Aquarius is all about free-spiritedness, doing your own thing, finding your own way in life, and not judging others. It's about freedom of expression. So the era of Pisces, where we are still coming out of, we're feeling these power struggles, this pull and tug, the era of Pisces was very, very heavy, paleo, matrix, patriarchal dominated society. So that's when Christianity came in. It was all male dominated, right? Priests and bishops, and they set the rules, they set the tables. It was about kings and what they wanted, and male dominated power structures. We are seeing the pull away from that. We're seeing in our own country right now, where there are people who are in power that don't want either women to make their own decisions or choices. And there are also women who are pushing back on that too, because they want to uphold the conservative traditional values of what they were raised with, not realizing that it's their choice to uphold that within their own lives, hearts, and families. You see, the age of Aquarius, where we're shifting into, is all about freedom of expression. So it doesn't matter. I don't worry anymore about who's going to win an election, because I know what's going to happen. Whether I live to see it or not doesn't matter. I know where we're headed. We are headed into an era of enlightenment. And I just get a kick out of helping you guys along to see things differently, because change always happens. Whether it's 100 years ago and I'm channeling my great grandmother who's outraged at my Aunt Katie for cutting her hair and wearing a flapper dress because good old Italian women didn't do those things. Or ladies today like Taylor Swift, who's setting the world on fire, Beyonce, who's stepping into her power, and men and women are like, well, I don't agree and I don't like that. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. You're entitled to your life, your own happiness, and so is everybody else. So that was a lot, and I hope you got some nuggets of wisdom from this session. If you have any particular subjects you want me to dive into, because there was a lot going on here, okay? There's a lot of threads here that I could weave together in a little more of a tighter fashion. So there's something particular that you want, please message me, please email me at roseheartshaman@yahoo.com, or let me know, because I'm more than happy to provide additional content and have maybe open discussions. I'm also considering in 2024 doing private Zoom sessions where we can talk as a group and share ideas and give you some insightful guidance from the angelic realm, as well as my spirit guidance that I receive all the time. But the goal here is for us to all live in better cohesion, not just as a society, but also within our own life, in our own families, and our own soul, because life is going to move forward and change. So the better we can all adapt to change and just live and let live, the more happier, peaceful, and joyful existence we will each have for ourselves. And if there's anything I can do for you, I do private sessions via Zoom, FaceTime, and in person in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So feel free to connect with me via my website at roseheartshaman.com for more information. Other than that, I wish you a blessed and happy-filled day, folks. And don't be afraid of change. Just go with the flow, my man and my lady, because that's what we are here to do. Love you. Take care, everyone. Cheers.